The child was born without a brain. After 3 years, the doctor conducts an examination and discovers this. Hello friends! A child's birth for young parents is always a miracle that you wait for such a long time, listening to any new movement and feeling. Mothers-to-be look in the mirror every day and understand that their miracle will happen soon, that the first and the most important meeting will happen soon. It was like that for our story's heroes of the Olaf family from Canada. The couple has been happily and harmoniously living together, and the day when they found that they were having a baby was the best day of their lives. The first months of pregnancy went well. The father was fully preparing for a boy. He painted the walls blue in the child's room and already started imagining them going fishing. Shelley, the mother-to-be, was in anticipation of a new person in the family. But in the middle of the pregnancy, the future parents were shocked. After yet another medical examination, the medical personnel had to say a fact that struck them like a bolt from the blue. Your baby is not going to survive. A head scan showed that he had less than 2% of the brain. The embryo is developing incorrectly, plus he has complications of spina bifida. His head was filled with liquid, and the brain was clenching on the inner side of his skull. The doctors were adamant, claiming that even if he survives the birth, there is a high chance that he will be mentally and physically impaired. They all recommended to terminate the pregnancy, thus helping the baby avoid dying in horrible pain because its body wouldn't be able to function normally. This was a difficult time for the future parents. The mother was restless. The father tried supporting her in any way, even though he was depressed. The parents have decided not to listen to the doctors and do what their hearts told them to do. It said that this baby should be able to see the world with his own eyes. The family was preparing for the worst, and to be honest, the worst happened. He was born in 2012. He scared and surprised the doctors. The boy had a deformed vertebral column and no brain at all. At first, the doctor's prognosis was true. The newborn was completely disabled. The scientists that came to see the boy said he was a goner. The global statistics were sad. There has never been a case of a recovery on such a scale of brain damage. Yet the little one decided to win against all odds. He started breathing on his own from the first days of his life. The professors who examined the boy concluded that the parents should not be very happy, because most likely he will not last long, and even if this miracle happens and the boy will live, he will never be an ordinary child. As you might have guessed, this story is one of those that the medical field still cannot explain. What happened to the boy next was a mystery. Thanks to the constant care of the parents, who remained confident all the way through and didn't give up, the boy's body started doing incredible things. His scan at the age of 3 confused the doctors even more, since it showed that the brain grew and now was 80% of the normal size, and was still growing. No one could explain it, since it was practically impossible. The human brain cannot recover and grow, but that wasn't all of it. Each day, the boy came more and more independent, and at the age of 5 wasn't almost any different from the majority of kids. 5 years after his birth, Noah looked like this, and after 6 years, no one saw him as an unordinary kid. Noah, without exaggeration, became one of the most unique cases in medical history. Despite the fact that he has certain difficulties now, his body, to put it simply, regenerates and grows. His recovery became an experiment that nature itself is doing. Scientists and doctors from all over the world are watching and learning. I think that Noah's case tells us that we should watch kids more closely and also pay attention to how the brain reaches plasticity and the ability for self-regeneration, says Dr. Gregory Scott, neurology researcher in the Imperial College London. If we learn how nature does it, maybe we can improve adults and children recovery after concussions. Anyway, Noah challenges the understanding of medicine as a whole as a science. This had never happened, says the specialist. As for the parents, they are on cloud 9. They say it is their belief and hope that helped the boy to recover, even though it's difficult to explain. This story shows us again that we as humans know very little about ourselves and have no clue how certain processes work in nature. Friends, do you think something like this is possible? Leave a comment below, let us know. That's it for today. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, and see you soon.